Jared Rose with Thomas McCune at NOLA.com over at Madison Prep, where Malcolm Roach, junior defensive end and tight end, is our All-Baton Rouge area small schools defensive player of the year. Just the second season for the Chargers, and y'all get to the semifinals, have a nice game, a rematch with district rival Southern Lab, fall a little bit short. And you obviously played a big part throughout the year. You were really, when the program was starting, one of the guys that came over that had as much experience as anybody playing some varsity football. And what's it been like these last 2 years to see where y'all have gotten already in just the second year as a varsity program?
I would say I think the process happened faster than everybody would thought it would happen. It's been fun along the way, a lot of hard work, a lot of waking up when you don't want to wake up and go and work out with the team. But we developed a good brotherhood over here, about 40 dudes out. And it's been a good process for this 2-year stretch. We want to keep it going.
With you having some of that experience, and obviously, you just look at your name and your family, and your dad's the coach, your brother has, big playing experience at the high school level and now at Grambling State. What was your kind of role as in terms of like a leadership type dynamic that you had to take on at a pretty early age over here?
I knew I came here. A lot of people at the school, a lot of teachers, and a lot of coaches expected me to be a leader because Southern Lab, I experienced going deep in the playoffs my freshman year, 8th grade year, and I knew what it take to be a champion and win games on a high school level. Just being around leadership all my life from my brother, he played quarterback, so you have to be a leader playing quarterback. My daddy, he's a coach, so you just gotta, I guess it's just in the genes, and I think I took on the leadership of being a leader well here.
In terms of just things you were able to do out there, and looking at some of the statistics, one of the ways that we kind of figured out who was going to be, the players of the year for the different spots was I figured out stats, and I just sent stats without names to some of our other writers. And with the small schools defensive player, I had a few people say, it's going to be pretty hard to not give it to that defensive end. Just looking at the variety of things you did, tackles for loss, a bunch of sacks, I think about 20 sacks.
Yeah, 20.
You had a bunch of pass breakups and interceptions, and really just everything that you could have done. It seemed like you did some of it. What was your mindset like? What was that type of a year like to have? Were you aware of the variety of things that you were doing at all times?
I would say about the first 4 games of the year, I felt like I came into the season overweight, so I had to work my way back in shape the first 4 games. But I was still making tackles, still playing good. But after we played Tara, felt like I just started moving better on the field. Felt like I was getting lighter and in more shape as the season went by. And as the weight came off, I just started playing faster. And you could call some of the plays look like the interceptions and stuff like that because I am a linebacker DN, so I guess luck was on my side too. But I think I'm a good player, and I think I was making great plays out there. And I was just out there playing football, doing everything I know to do when you're playing football. And I think I had a great year.
You played offensively too, obviously. I think it ends up being 15 catches for over 200 yards. And what was that like to balance? I guess, was that tough at times to be playing both ways? Or, how much does that help when you get into a situation where you're looking at pass breakups and interceptions to have that type of those ball skills from the other side of the ball? What are kind of some of the difficulties and benefits maybe?
I guess I would say when the ball's in the air, when I'm dropping in coverage and the ball's in the air, I just believe it's mine. But it's all about timing, so you got to have great timing when you're catching the ball. So when I see the quarterback going to throw the ball, just jump in there and try to either tip it or intercept it. And sometimes I come down with the intercept, sometimes I bat it down. But I think playing offense really helped me because I trained a lot harder this summer, a lot of training, get my body in shape for this year. Even though I still came in overweight, I was disappointed at myself, but I think I did a good job on both sides of the ball, blocking, catching passes, and making tackles.
And you're getting ready for basketball now, get involved in playing, I guess, varsity basketball for the first time over here for obviously a really strong basketball program here, and then probably shortly after that ends, you'll be rolling right into spring football, and then next thing you know, senior year is going to be starting. What are some of the things that you have in mind, just moving forward, through the next couple months or in the next year? Just, things that are kind of big on your mind in terms of what you need to do or what you're expecting to see.
Well, basketball is really keeping me in shape. We do a lot of running. Basketball team, we run every day, a lot of laps, a lot of suicides. But I think it's just keeping my weight down, keep working out, keep getting stronger. I have a few combines coming up. I think I'm going to go to junior days. I'm going to attend. And these next few months going to be pretty busy. Training and getting ready for my senior year, because that's probably the biggest year of my life coming up.
Some colleges have already taken some attention to you. What's that stuff been like so far? Who's maybe offered? Who's shown interest? If you already have plans of maybe trying to go to some camps or anything this summer, what are some of the schools that you've had in mind for maybe the next level?
I got an offer from North Texas a few weeks ago. That was probably the greatest day of my life, I would say. But showing interest, Mississippi State showing a lot of interest. ULL, they probably talk to me probably every day. I would say LSU showing interest, Alabama. I attend their camp every year, LSU and Alabama. But this year I think I'm going to Mississippi State, UL, and Arizona showing a lot of interest too.
Are there any things in particular in terms of getting ready for that you feel like you most need to focus on, or it's a lot of the same stuff you mentioned? We just make sure you're in the right shape and keeping the weight off and whatnot?
Biggest thing, just I have to do good at the combines, 40 time. You have to run a great 40 time. And I've been working out, working on my 40, and I think I'm getting there.
Any other thoughts on just what y'all accomplished this year, Madison Prep football, and knowing you have one year left? You said it's probably going to be the biggest season of your life to this point. Where do y'all go from where y'all have gotten?
Next year coming up, we're not going to be the person going out there trying to take down number one. We're going to be one of the ones on the top in 1A football. And I think we're going to have to learn how to play with expectations on our back, like a target on our back, because last year we wanted to go out there and be like, prove to everybody we could play football too, but we had to keep on proving them wrong. Now we could still do it. Last year just wasn't just playing around. We really have a good team here. We're trying to build a good tradition here, and I think we're going to handle it well. We handled success pretty good this year. I think we're going to do better next year, and I just hope we go out there and have a great year and a great senior year.
Malcolm Roach over at Madison Prep, our All-Baton Rouge area small schools defensive player of the year, and for Times NOLA.com, Jared Roser.